Man, we got you, didn't we? Didn't we? I think we got him, babes.
Ben, we're out of coffee.
Kimmy, I told you to deal with that yesterday.
Wait, you're putting this on me? You're the one who roasts it.
I told you to figure it out yesterday.
I make you coffee every single morning, okay? Isn't that enough?
Kimmy.
Can't you just like once a month make sure we have enough coffee in here?
I told you about it. It was your job yesterday.
Okay, did I accept it? I don't think I accepted that job.
I do plenty around this place. I asked you one thing yesterday. Ha! Got you. April Fools. There's plenty of coffee. We would never be without coffee, but you guys didn't see that coming. Did you? Did you? I know, because it's like a week after the fact, but gotcha. Right now, I'm starting to write out the Gospel of Judas, which is from these scriptures here. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Nag Hammadi, I think.
Yes, that. And I've already copied the Gospel of Thomas and the Gospel of Mary from this same book. But hopefully this will be done in a couple weeks.
I'm still on Jeremiah.
You made your bed, now lie in it.
Today's my day for dinner, and I decided to make chicken lettuce wraps, and for dessert, a chocolate raspberry cake. A little funny story is I went to the store to get the ground chicken, and they didn't have enough, and so I went to my grandma and grandpa's house and said that if they got me ground chicken by 5 o'clock, they could come to dinner. So, I don't know.
You guys remember last week I planted grass seed. I don't see anything yet, but this is the first day that it hasn't rained, so I gotta water it. Whoa, you're sitting on the dock.
No, sorry.
You eating sunflower seeds?
Darkest hour is just before dawn.
Okay, it is, what, April 1st. We are gonna look back upon January, February, March, 3 months. Ever since January 1 of 2019, we have been living with no rules in our house. That is not an April Fool's joke. Man, we got you, didn't we? Didn't we? So we wanted to give a 3-month update of what life has been like in our house now that we're 3 months into this experiment. It's like still really weird. It doesn't feel as chaotic to me as it did the first couple of months, but just for example, I walked down this morning and I'm eating breakfast and I look over and Memory, our 12-year-old, is watching Kill Bill. Like,
it's educational.
In the middle of the morning.
For some people.
She's not doing school.
Hey, no.
And she's just watching a movie. When I see her watching Kill Bill, it's a mixed feeling because part of me feels like, oh, that's not very productive. And I wish you were doing something more productive. But it's kind of the best picture, I think, of why I'm doing this no rules thing. And I think why we're both doing it, is there's like 2 things I think we're really trying to focus on this year. One is focus on the kids' hearts. And instead of enforcing external things and making them do things out of fear, I want them to conclude on the inside of themselves what, you know, certain behaviors will lead to and other behaviors will lead to. The second thing we're really trying to focus on is the long term. it's weird looking at this 1 year. We could flush an entire year away of our kids' education, is how it feels like. Because we're not enforcing them, and they might get into trouble, or they might not do things the way we want, or the house might run as smoothly as we want. But I think the thing that I've been wondering is, even if this 1 year is like thrown down the drain in a practical sense, talking worst case scenario, is that worth it if our kids find like more maturity or direction or freedom for the rest of their lives because of it, or even us as parents?
I think we care less about the short-term goals and care more about these longer-term goals. I think that will shape who they are more. And I think, I mean, even to get to this place of saying no rules, I think I have had to let go of a lot of things and not be as worried about things or as fearful of things. So I think it's been a journey even to get to the point that we're at right now to even be able to say no rules. But even in this 3 months, I have found myself worrying less about the kids, not more, which is kind of, you would think it would be the other way around.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of, I like the word illusion right now, but I think it's kind of like showing, the illusion of these short-term goals for what they really are. That they're not really that important, and they're not, I mean, they're important, but they're just not that important. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, for us, since day one of having kids, it's like all completely hands-on parenting to like, I feel like we were like predominantly like cops.
Yeah.
Like, that's the relationship we had, is like protecting them from danger, like practically, and trying to make them like completely optimal little human beings, like academically. And then of course there's the moral side, like being raised in religious environments. There's like all these bad things that are coming at them all the time. We're like always on guard.
Right.
And I'm fine with that if that's like necessary.
Yeah.
Or really what's best for them long term.
Yeah.
But I think I stopped believing that really, that a lot of the stuff, I mean, you talk about illusion, a lot of those things that it was for my own sake of feeling valuable as a parent that I gave myself all these jobs and tasks. And really, like, kids are going to turn out. Yeah. And ironically, the more sometimes you clamp down and try and, like, steer them in a direction, the worse it is.
Yeah. And I think this also follows my evolution of how I view God, or how I view the being of the universe that holds all this together, if you believe in that. But I used to believe in that being or that God as a cop, I think. And as someone who is so concerned about all these things. And in reality, or my reality, now that what I believe is that was just me. That wasn't God. That was something that, you know, I was conditioned to believe, or my mind, you know, was believing. And the more I'm stepping out of that, and the more I mean, it sounds cheesy, but like, I really believe that really at the end of the day, it's like, it's this being and us and God and love and this earth and all that other stuff is like great, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not.
You mean like
the
rules?
most important thing? Yeah, like rules or education, or even I mean to an extent morality, but I that's kind of a.
You're going big. Okay.
I guess so.
When you say all that other stuff, you mean like every human construct in existence, basically.
Yeah.
All
yeah. But my main point is really, however I view God was how I parented. Like I was a reflection of that. And so as long as I view God as this rule follower and really strict and caring about all these kind of superfluous things, that is what I cared about, and that's what I imposed on my kids. And that's what I imposed on myself too. And again, those things are not bad. So a a lot of those things are actually really good, but when they become the main thing, and I don't even think like our past stages of parenting, by the way, were bad or anything. I just think I'm at a point now where I'm just able to let a lot of that stuff go, and I just don't care as much about it anymore.
And I find it's even like restorative for us as parents just to let that go and to take a break and relax from being cops.
Yeah.
Like most of our life. And I think like people could jump on that because I saw what happened with our homeschooling video. People were like, oh, you're just doing what's best for you and taking the easy way out. And I'm like, that's not really our style, is to take the easy way out on everything. But when we believe it's the better way, it's so awesome to also find out that it's easier. It's like a bonus.
Well, and I don't even see anything wrong about the easier way, but I guess if you find your identity in pulling up your bootstraps and like doing things like super hard, then that would make sense. Yeah.
Just to like kind of like wrap it up to this example of memory watching Kill Bill, there's a part of me that's still not completely comfortable with that, where I'm like, okay, I feel like there's a better way. But I feel like by enforcing my better way upon her, it just makes it that much longer for her to learn what the better way is for her. And that's really what I want to see, how I want to see my kids flourish in the long run, because most of their life on this planet is going to be not living in our house, even if we were to have rules. And most of the way that we're going to relate is going to be not as like, you're my child, looking down on you, even though I don't even think we should be doing that now, but it's going to be, you know, as peers. And I feel like from relationships we have with parents, that inability to make that transition was actually really damaging. And to not show a child the respect and to talk to them in a level where it's like, oh, hey, we're both on this planet and we're both making tough decisions together, instead of like, I have this figured out and you don't.
Yeah. One of the things that taking away the rules has helped me with is communicating my own feelings about something, or just how it affects me personally. So instead of appealing to this larger rule set, I said this to Deb the other day, and I don't think she fully got it, probably because I don't usually say it like this, but I said, I have a need for the kitchen to look like this. Because she was supposed to like clean up the kitchen or whatever. She agreed to do that. And she was just kind of like, what? But I was trying to tell her, like, I was trying to say, like, that's actually my need.
That's how we talk with each other.
That's not your need per se. And actually, no, that's not her need. Or at least not in the way that I have it. And that's, so just like owning your own feelings, owning your own desires, your wants, instead of projecting them. I actually think the rules, in a way, kind of do project them on other, at least out there. Maybe not on other people, but like out there, instead of being able to take ownership for them yourself. So that's been something that's been really helpful for me, I think.
And I think that's been one of the single biggest things that's helped improve our marriage. I mean, even in our marriage, we used to appeal to these like mythical rules. Like, I mean, the latest one we talked about in therapy on Thursday was interrupting, because Cammie and I have had some beef, tension around interrupting.
Ironically, not probably what you would think.
Certain people over there doing the interrupting. It'd be so easy for me to be like, hey, you shouldn't interrupt. As if there's like a law that says like you shouldn't interrupt. We're like adults, and we want to like figure out how to honor each other's styles and feelings. And we found the best way, instead of appealing to some rule that really doesn't exist, is to say, hey, when you do this, it impacts me this way. But I want to hear you out also. You know, how does it impact you? And let's try and figure out a way that we both can agree with. And for some reason, we weren't doing that with our kids. We were just like, hey, don't wear shoes in the house. Hey, do the chores. Why? Because it's chore time. And like, because I say so, and that kind of thing.
Owning your own emotions and your own feelings and wants is really the only way you can grow past something, or grow to just grow as a human being. But if you are constantly kind of pushing it away from yourself, then you're not going to be able to.
All right, it's time for dinner. Memory made, what was it?
They're like the P.F. Chang's chicken lettuce wraps.
All right, let's
Super
go.
good. And a chocolate cake. I'm really excited.
Hey, Filia, time for dinner. Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, these look really good.
Yep. Okay, you're ready.
Just because I know it's hard for you, my baby.
Look at this cake, memory made. What's this called?
Chocolate raspberry cake.
For dawn. From you, my baby. Just because I know.
Oh, really good. Oh, that's really good.
It's very good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who made it?
Memory.
Yeah. Hey, Memory. What's going on with that piece?
Yeah, save the best piece for dinner.
Can I just have like a little... Well, I'm closer.
We have a volunteer.
Can I just have like a little, you know?
Like split it. It's like
Very
Oh, yes.
3 ways of something.
Children are a blessing. Hey, Rose, you can even have the beer piece.
yeah.
Well, I used to go swimming like 10 minutes ago, but I haven't been able to find you. What's the deal?
Mama, it's nice to want me pop out and
wait, aren't we going?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not feeling it, but if more people want to go, then that's fine. I might sit out.
I want the honey pebbles.
Absolutely.
Honey want to watch us.
It's a holiday.
I don't know. I'm just feeling like my brain is elsewhere. I'm getting over a cold. Yeah, I want to watch Game of Thrones. But a compromise might just be I won't go swimming, but I can help other people. Also, Rainier is not feeling 100% either. So I don't know. I just am like, I don't know. Like, it's a lot like running for me where I know I'll feel better afterwards, but I'm just like, so much work to get out the door.
Aren't I the health in charge of the health? I say no. It's a holiday.
You mean exercise?
Exercise instructor. It's a holiday.
Is it a holiday?
It's April Fool's. No, it's a holiday. It's a holiday. We go swimming once a week. And she go. Eden can walk to the Y by herself. We can watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones calls right now. Your new link. Let me
Okay,
know
and
what
check this out.
I asked him to add women's.
These are a first stab at a merch store. Can I ask them what they think? Because I don't know.
Sure.
Okay, what do you guys think? If you had to choose between a Fight for Together shirt that just said FFT or Fight for Together, I feel like it'd be better if it said Fight for Together.
Well, it's just like the Fight for Together is kind of grammatically incorrect, so it's a little bit like.
You know what else is grammatically incorrect? FFT.
No, that's an acronym.
Oh, there's the women's tank top, women's tee.
Yeah, I added them. I was like, my mom wants women's tank tops.
Okay,
and
so if you had the choice between a shirt that said Fight for Together, like this right here, plus I feel like it should have two fists. That kind of is like the whole thing. That, or if you just had the choice of that, which would you want?
All right.
Comment
Maybe
below.
We'll just do 2 sets. We'll do it the Ben edition and the Dove edition, and we'll see who gets more.
I think if we get rid of swimming, we can put more energy into running. Because we have about 5 weeks until
Oh,
the
now all of a
marathon.
sudden, look who's missed energy for running.
That doesn't mean adding another day of running, although that would probably be smart. That just means not going swimming.
Exactly. So what does that look like?
Until we could idea. Running is like the most draining.
Okay, we are not sure what's going on the rest of the night. It doesn't look like we're going swimming.
Let's do. All right.
We'll see you tomorrow.